This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I'm sitting here with Daniel and Rocco of Pizzeria Libretto and Enoteca Sociale fame. Now gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind telling me a little about how the whole Pizzeria Libretto Enoteca Sociale idea came around.
I guess it comes down to Max Rinaldi, who isn't here today, but had the crazy idea of doing a pizza place here in Toronto, one that was committed to a Neapolitan-style pizza, and that was about 3 years ago.
Yep, almost 3 years.
He came to me while I was at the Silver Spoon, which I had for 10 years, and asked if I would do Pizzeria Libretto with him. And considering it, I decided to say yes. And I guess from there, it's history.
6 months into Pizzeria Libretto, I moved back to Toronto from Australia, and the idea was to help these guys expand the already successful Pizzeria Libretto, and that was, I guess, how the Enoteca came about. I'd been working at an Enoteca in Australia, and had sort of got inspired by that, and I know Max had a similar concept in his mind for quite some time, and Rocco spent 12 months in Rome after he'd studied at the Stratford Chef School here in Ontario, and that was basically how the Enoteca came to be. And we loved the neighbourhood of Ossington, and then obviously Dundas has sort of started to grow in the last 12 months or 2 years, and yeah, that's kind of how we're sitting here today, or why we're
together
today.
What do you put the phenomenal success of Pizzeria Libretto down to?
Passion, dedication, willingness to not back down on our what we believe in, food-wise, philosophy-wise.
Yeah, I mean, we try to keep things pretty simple. You know, the pizzeria is very focused on what it does, and that's Neapolitan pizza, and we try to keep the service as casual and friendly and genuine as possible, while still having sort of you know, the knowledge that's required from our serving staff and from our staff, and the same philosophy kind of applies to here as well. We really believe truly in that Italian philosophy of food, which is using things that are around you and in its season and abundant and local, and then our approach to service here is very much the same. You know, obviously the wine program here is a huge part of what we do, and try to make it accessible to people.
Accessibility is one of those things that is important to us, and in a sense it is what you sort of feel when you are in Italy, in Rome for that matter, when you're walking around and you're looking at some place to eat. You want to feel comfortable, and you just find these places that you just happen to walk in, and you sort of want to have that feeling. We want to sort of transport the guest, almost to feel like they're actually sitting in a Roman trattoria or a pizzeria with a Pizzeria Libretto.
For those reviewers who are unfamiliar with Neapolitan pizza, in what way does it differ from the other pizzas of Italy?
As far as pizzas are concerned, there's a variety or many variations on pizza itself. You have thin crust, deep dish, where Neapolitan style pizza differentiates itself from all the others. It is set apart with an organization that we're part of and we're certified with, which is the VPN association, Vera Pizza Napoletana, Verace Pizza Napoletana, sorry. And there are certain guidelines that you do have to follow making this pizza. Obviously, the oven we brought in from Naples. It is constructed in a way so that it allows the heat to remain in, allows the heat of the oven to reach 900 degrees, allowing the pizza to be cooked in less than a minute and a half, creating this look of a pizza where it is blistered and charred on the crust, thin crust, slight chew to it, but moist also at the same time. There's a certain diameter in keeping with the VPN, a certain height with the crust also, and I think the ingredients themselves are a standard of what you use to make the dough, and that's water, yeast, flour, and salt.
So are you not constantly having to do quality control to ensure that you have this very, very consistent product that comes out of the kitchen?
There is a constant quality control, always making sure that the pieces are going out.
Because you're only as good as your last pizza. So,
As your last pizza, yeah, no, definitely. But we do have a good team in place in the kitchen that do understand what they're doing and are creating these Neapolitan-style pizzas to the specifications.
Now, Pizza Libretto has been such an outstanding success. I believe you're in the process of opening another location sometime in the not-too-distant future.
We are. We're planning on opening up a second Pizzeria Libretto, located Danforth in Carlisle. It's in the process now. It's a few months away. We're hoping for an early fall opening.
Essentially the same concept. We like the neighbourhood. We think it's a great neighbourhood to be in, and we definitely feel that that's an area that we want to be in. And we really like our restaurants are neighbourhood restaurants, and we like to find areas that really suit what we're doing. We feel that that's a good spot for us.
I have one last question for the two of you. What does good food mean to you?
Sure. I think for me it's all about the using things, products that are, you have a relationship with, say, the farmer, whether it's a vegetable farmer or someone who has cattle or whatever the product might be. I think having a relationship with that person and knowing that they're following the best practices and that you're getting things fresh and obviously to me that means things that are seasonal and that are coming from an area of close proximity. I think for me that's where good food starts. It all starts from the relationship between us, the restaurant, and the farmer or the person who's making that product. And then from there it's really us sometimes doing very little to that product to sort of serve that to the guest and come up with an amazing dish. Letting the product speak for itself, because that's where all the flavour is. It's really in the quality of the product that we're able to source and we're able to find, and those relationships that we have with the people making those products.
That makes sense to me.
I definitely agree that it's relationships that are built with farmers, relationships that are built with the neighborhood, for that matter, farmers markets, going out and finding what's available, and just seeing it from start to finish. Seeing a product, whether it's, let's say, a pork that you've seen alive and sort of then slaughtered and taken to the point where you create this dish that is so tasty and so flavorful without doing anything to it. It just is absolutely incredible. Where I tend to sort of lose myself in the cooking aspect, where if I have something that I'm really excited about and want to cook with, I sometimes tend to not pay attention to anything else and get in trouble sometimes with the wife and work, for that matter. And so, not that I'm not paying attention, I'm just excited about seeing the products to the finished end, where it's composed or simple dish that's been put together with the ingredients that we were using. So.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. We look forward to enjoying many a meal at both Pizza Libretto locations and at Enoteca Sociale. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay.